Hi there, this is Chris Callett with MuseGrid.com. I'm going to show you how to use our content scrollers. First off, let's take a look at the text scroller. Now this is a simple text scroller. We have 4 text boxes. That enables us to have more content because Muse currently restricts the amount of content that can go into each of these boxes. So we've concatenated them together. So you can just put your content in here. Let's put in some BR tags as well so that we can create some spacing. And we've got some content there. We're going to leave the padding at 0. Let's take a look at this now. So if we hit File and Preview in the browser, we can see we have content here, and we can add some simple HTML tags around things if we want to add bold and so on. Now, the text in this, although we can restyle it, let's restyle this with Muse. So I'm going to choose a new font style here. I'm going to choose Lato, that's one of my favourite fonts, and I'm going to choose 140 on the spacing here. So you can actually modify the text in Muse. You can change its styling, but you can't add things like spaces and things like that and additional content. So that's quite a nice and easy way of creating a scrollable text box. The great thing with this as well is that the dimensions are controllable by you. So it's really nice and easy, and you can see visually how big your scroll box is going to be. Now the new content scroller that we've added does a lot more than this, and it comes with its own benefits and drawbacks, but let's show you how it works. So first of all, I'm going to grab this sample content here and drag it onto the page. And we can see here that we have, when we have our guide switched on, so let's all of our, not our guide, sorry, we can see our rulers and smart guides and so on. When we've got those switched on, we can see that we have this blue outline, and then we have this blue dotted line here. Now that blue dotted line is the minimum height of the unit. So although visually, if we preview this now in the page, we can see all of our content. Now that blue line is saying, right, the minimum that this box can be is at that blue line. So if we took a look at the transform here and we typed in 300, you could see that that blue line moves to 300. However, if we click out and click back, you can see that the actual height of the unit is 622. So our minimum height is 300 and this is 622. And this is how we use our new widget. So we've got this content here. I'm going to change the width of it. Notice that the blue line stays in place, and I'm actually going to change that minimum height to 250. And let's bring this over a little bit more. There we go. So that's hidden. So we can see now, if we preview, I'm going to preview in the browser again. I find that a better way to preview. So we can see all our content here, and it's spaced out, and we can do things with the spacing and so on. Now we're going to go to our library, and we're going to drag our content scroller enabler tool on here. There's no options for it. It's all code, and we're just going to pop that at the top here out of the way. You don't have to put it there, but I just do that for neatness. Now watch what happens when we preview the page. Now we have our content within a scrollable area. So previewing it, we can actually see all of the content. There is no way of visually hiding this in Muse. But when we actually go to production, that content is now scrollable with images and everything else in it. So it's a very straightforward way of doing things. Now, if you notice, the style that is applied to this is paragraph style scrollbox text, and this helps our widget find this content. So this allows you to build text in a text box, add images. You can notice on this image here we're using the wrap functionality. We can have whatever styling we want, we can change. So I can change, for instance, let's change this to let's go back to that Lato there. We can change this to Lato. We've got a lot more control over the text and how everything works, but we're using this this we're using the transform tool to tell the box how big we actually want it. When you're using this, if you're using this on a page with lots of content, let me just set this wrapping again here. Sometimes Muse does break with this, so I'm just going to set it. There we go. So if you're using this with lots of other content, what we suggest is that you lock and hide the layer. So if you're using this and you're thinking, well, visually this is not working for me to be able to work with this box and to put other content on the page because it's hindering my design view, then just lock it and hide it, and then you know it's in place and it's not going to move, and then when you actually go to build the site, you can actually see it there in real life. So it's a really powerful tool. It does come with its own drawbacks, as we've said, with it not being able to be visually seen how the text scroller, the content scroller, is actually looking prior to production. However, this does give you the capabilities now to build any kind of content and to put it into a small space and to make it scrollable. So that's how you use those two tools, and we look forward to seeing what you use them for, and thanks for watching.